In a world where fame meets family, 5 girls once tiny have turned 10, and one big sister, now almost a teen. But as the cameras fade, has the magic faded too? This is OutDaughtered. Where are they now? You think you know the Busby family, but what if their story is shifting in ways no fan ever expected? April 8th, 2025, the quintuplets hit double digits. 5 10-year-olds, each with their own personality and fan-favorite t-shirts to match. But behind the balloons and birthday donuts with very specific icing requests, there's a family in motion. A decade on camera. Season 10 just wrapped in mid-2024. And now, whispers of major change. The Busbys say the latest season was pretty difficult to film, scheduling the Quins' extracurriculars, Blayke's growing sports commitments, and balancing a household of 6 kids under one roof. Danielle recently shocked fans by closing her Graeson Bee boutique after launching it just a few years ago. And in a candid podcast moment, she admitted, sometimes you have to pause and just breathe. This summer, the Busbys are uprooting their life. They've moved out of their longtime home, spending their final night in one house, ready to start fresh in another. A literal end of an era. So, will season 11 happen? Is the show done? Or are we just beginning chapter 2 of the Busby story? Stick around, because in the next chapters, we'll uncover what Adam and Danielle are juggling now, how Blayke is growing into her own, and where each quint is headed next. Let's go inside the Busby family in 2025. They first captured America's hearts in May 2016 when OutDaughtered premiered on TLC, introducing Adam and Danielle Busby and their growing brood, eldest daughter Blayke Louise, followed by the first all-female quintuplets born in the U.S., Ava, Olivia, Hazel, Riley, and Parker. Audiences watched as Danielle, after struggles with fertility and IUI, gave birth prematurely at 28 weeks, sending all 5 girls to the NICU before they came home in the summer of 2015. Hazel in particular faced ongoing vision challenges like nystagmus and astigmatism, covered early on in the series. Across 10 seasons and over 80 episodes, the Busbys shared both daily routines and major milestones. From diaper changes and potty training to birthdays, school enrollment, and house moves, the show balanced family chaos with heartfelt bonds. Subplots ranged from Hazel's eye surgery and Blayke's gymnastics or basketball leaps to Danielle's health struggles, nerve pain, chronic inflammation, and the staggering cost of raising 6 daughters, including $35,000 in orthodontic dental work. By season 10, airing in summer 2024 after a break, viewers saw the family wrestling with the new reality, juggling school-age schedules, camps, extracurriculars, and demanding shoot days that struggle to keep pace with the girls' growing individual lives. School challenges emerged too, reading struggles for some of the quints as they entered 3rd grade, prompting Danielle to express real emotional frustration over the lack of one-on-one time. Financial strain surfaced too, day camps costing thousands, orthodontic bills mounting, and Danielle's autoimmune flare-ups compounded by stress and scheduling overload. Through it all, the Busbys have maintained that the show is less about fame and more about preserving everlasting memories for their children, capturing a unique journey as a legacy for them to look back on. With that foundation, let's now dive into where Adam and Danielle are today and how each of their girls and extended family members are evolving in 2025. Adam Busby has increasingly stepped into the emotional heart of the Busby family's narrative in 2025. Known for his patience and quiet support behind the scenes, this year he's become a more visible voice, especially as the family faces major transitions both personally and on camera. Adam isn't just supporting Danielle through stress and scheduling. He's actively co-leading the family's next chapter. As the quintuplets reached a milestone birthday on April 8, 2025, Adam posted individual snapshots of each girl holding birthday candles and requesting very specific icing on their donuts, capturing both his whimsical sense of humor and his enthusiasm for honoring each child's uniqueness. Fans quickly noted how his posts reflect a hands-on involvement in daily parenting, far from being just the quiet dad in the background. One of the biggest developments for Adam this year has been the family's move to a new house. He's featured prominently in social media stories and podcast episodes, walking fans through their new home. It's smaller than their previous house, but it's intentionally designed for family flow and lifestyle, rather than show-ready aesthetics. Adam explained the renovations, the furniture still in progress, and how they're reshaping the space for 6 girls to thrive, not for the cameras, but for real life. That move was deeply tied to a larger shift, the decision to sell their longtime home and close Danielle's boutique, Graeson Bee. Adam and Danielle embraced this branching point together. Adam signaled that the move felt like a breath of fresh air, not defeat. They're downsizing with intentionality, choosing to prioritize faith and family first. Still, fans have speculated that Adam is feeling the emotional toll, observing how the pressure of scheduling, parenting 6 girls, and public scrutiny may be wearing him down. Some even commented that he looks older, more somber, but that doesn't signal weakness. It signals reality. This phase, raising older kids, navigating transitions, adjusting expectations, is hard work. But Adam continues to show up. Another area where Adam has leaned in with purpose is advocating for Parker's mental health. In mid-2025, Adam and Danielle spoke openly about Parker's early anxiety diagnosis. They discussed how they're supporting her through therapy, emotional coaching, and by creating calmer rhythms at home. Adam was gentle but firm. Their goal isn't to fix Parker, it's to guide her towards self-awareness and confidence. It's a noticeable shift from earlier seasons where academic performance and scheduling often took center stage. On their podcast, More Than Reality, Adam co-hosts alongside Danielle, and he's become more candid and vulnerable. Recent episodes explore his identity as a husband, a father of 6, and a partner navigating growth. He speaks on self-doubt, faith, and the silent pressure of expectations. While Danielle often leads, listeners have praised Adam's quiet honesty, calling it the emotional anchor of the show. Despite the wear and tear, Adam's vision in 2025 is clear: to foster a peaceful, spiritually grounded household. He's stepping away from the logistical dad role and stepping into a more present, emotionally available presence, centered on connection, not content. In summary, Adam Busby in 2025 isn't just managing chaos. He's the calm inside it. Whether it's birthday tributes, house renovations, or heartfelt podcasts, Adam is shaping the next chapter with intention. Smaller home, bigger presence, clearer priorities. The drama hasn't disappeared, it's just softened, and Adam is quietly leading the way forward. Danielle Busby, once the epitome of bright, camera-ready confidence, is clearly entering a transformational year in 2025. She has always been the family's emotional core, managing business ventures, tight schedules, and social media, all while navigating the chaos of raising 6 daughters. But this year, Danielle is redefining what resilience truly looks like. In June, she quietly but significantly closed the doors of her children's boutique, Graeson Bee. The shop, opened in 2022, shut down on June 13, 2025. Danielle described the moment as bittersweet, saying that while the physical store is done, the heart behind it still lives on. Reports suggest that she and Adam took legal steps to terminate the lease, likely a strategic decision due to landlord issues or rising costs. The closure, though sudden, felt intentional, like a conscious shedding of pressure and performance. Danielle's social media reflects this shift. She's turned away from boutique promotions and leaned into faith-rooted reflections, honest parenting moments, and spiritual grounding. Her Instagram bio now reads simply, Jesus, wife to Adam Buzz, mama to 6 girls. Pray, wait, trust. That tone carries over into recent podcast episodes, where she speaks openly about trading hustle for emotional sustainability. A major theme Danielle has spoken about is Parker's mental health. She and Adam revealed that Parker was recently diagnosed with anxiety. They described how they've begun using therapy, calm routines, and emotional coaching to help her feel secure. Danielle acknowledged the shift from performance-driven schedules to emotional rhythm and admitted that she's learning to prioritize presence over perfection. Another major transition for the family is their relocation to a smaller home about 30 minutes north of League City. Danielle shared first looks at what she called their cozy new house, emphasizing that it was built for living, not filming. She framed the move as a fresh start, physically and emotionally, choosing peace over permanence. While fans speculated about business partnerships and behind-the-scenes motives, Danielle focused on the now: fewer distractions, more intention, and a cleaner slate for family life. Public opinion has been mixed. Some fans expressed concern, wondering if the Busbys were chasing headlines or disrupting their kids' lives. But Danielle dismissed the noise, clarifying that the short-term discomfort was worth the long-term peace. Season 10 of OutDaughtered showed the growing strain of filming while parenting 6 busy children. Danielle juggled school drop-offs, extracurriculars, dance, dental appointments, and more. She shared how emotionally taxing it was to manage reading struggles among the quints, mounting orthodontic bills, and flare-ups from her autoimmune condition. At one point, she confessed that they love documenting their journey, but never at the expense of their family's well-being. In later podcast episodes, Danielle opened up about starting therapy for herself for the first time. She spoke of confronting 40 years of buried emotion, grief, unmet expectations, and the coping habits she developed to survive. As 2025 unfolded, she stepped away from the pressure of entrepreneurship and leaned into healing, family, and faith. That doesn't mean she's lost her spark. For the quintuplets' 10th birthday, Danielle celebrated with matching "Bruh, It's My Birthday" t-shirts and custom donut requests. Her post balanced playfulness with pride, proof that even in transition, she still loves deeply, plans joyfully, and shows up for her girls in ways that matter. Danielle Busby in 2025 is not trying to be everywhere at once. She's choosing to be exactly where she is. By stepping back from external noise, she's making room for deeper connection, slower mornings, and meaningful moments. The boutique closure wasn't just business. It was personal. It marked a woman saying no to burnout and yes to peace. She's not just raising daughters, she's becoming the example they'll look back on when life gets hard and remember what strength with softness looks like. Blayke Louise Busby is entering 2025 as a full teenager. Her 14th birthday was celebrated on April 5th, and fans were quick to react to how grown up she's become in recent photos. A summer snapshot of Blayke smiling in the backseat after church camp showed a confident young teen, modestly beaming, drawing comments like, "You're so beautiful," and comparisons to a mini Danielle. It's a stark evolution from the little girl we first met on OutDaughtered in 2016. Her school life is also entering new territory. In May, Danielle shared images from Blayke's 8th grade graduation, noting with pride that Blayke earned all A's and B's and received a special Character Excellence Award, recognizing her integrity, leadership, and loyalty. That milestone means she's now preparing to enter high school later in the year, opening a new chapter filled with academic challenges, new friendships, and growing responsibilities. In public appearances and social media, Blayke has become quieter than in earlier seasons. She's pulled back from spontaneous on-camera moments and now appears more measured, serious, and introspective. While the show is currently on hiatus, she's been spotted during family outings, often more reserved but visibly engaged in thoughtful conversations with friends and siblings. Observers suggest she's becoming a more central figure in the family dynamic as her identity continues to evolve. On the family podcast, More Than Reality, Danielle and Adam have occasionally mentioned some of the challenges Blayke is facing, especially related to the recent move and the transition to a new school district. Shifting homes at such a formative age brings with it questions of belonging, fitting in, and forming new social circles. With her 5 younger sisters remaining tightly connected as a group, Blayke stands in a unique space, both close to them, yet beginning to branch out on her own. Despite the pressures, Blayke appears grounded. Her graduation and church camp moments reveal a young woman comfortable in her faith and her growing independence. She's described by her parents as nurturing and steady, someone her sisters can rely on and look up to. Though she isn't taking center stage in any solo storylines this year, Blayke's quiet confidence suggests she may become the emotional bridge within the family, especially if the show continues or transitions more into podcast-style storytelling. She carries the tension of being both the eldest sibling and a teenager finding her own way while still immersed in a household full of younger sisters. If season 11 materializes, Blayke's journey will likely become a larger focus, from navigating high school halls to exploring potential interests in sports, music, or leadership roles. Her transformation from background character to young woman of influence is subtle but undeniable. Blayke in 2025 is growing into a thoughtful, academically accomplished teen who holds tightly to her values of character and faith. As she steps into high school and deepens her sense of self, she's poised to become a key voice in the next era of the Busby family's evolving story. Ava Lane Busby may be the firstborn of the 5 quintuplets, but in 2025, she's proving she's not just a number in the lineup. As the old last quint to leave the hospital, she often hears that caption given by fans. But the truth is, each girl has long since surpassed the NICU chapter, and now Ava is making bigger moves of her own. On April 8, 2025, Ava, along with her sisters, celebrated her 10th birthday. Danielle's Instagram post showed the quintuplets in matching "Bruh, it's my birthday" shirts and recounted their birthday breakfast with very specific icing requests on donuts, capturing each girl's playful personality. Ava was front and center in these snapshots, reminding viewers that although the girls often share the moment, each is fiercely individual. In the months since, a few fan-favorite quirky updates have shaped the Ava versus Olivia guessing game. A playful May 2025 Instagram post joked, "Twinkies, can you tell which is which? Left to right? Ava, Olivia, or Olivia, Ava?" A testament to her evolving distinctiveness in looks and presence. Ava isn't just blending in. Instead, she's staring competition right in the eye. Behind the scenes, Ava's personality has continued to emerge more clearly. From fan commentary, it's evident that she's taken a little more lead among the quints, quick to smile, to reach out, to initiate play. One recent update video featured side-by-side photos emphasizing how Ava now sports expressive eyes, a confident posture, and a style sense hinting at future individuality. Ava's school experiences haven't made headlines, so there's no reported reading struggles or learning challenges noted this year. But glimpses via family posts suggest she's enthusiastic about her big kid schedule. She's been seen with classmates at school events, building middle school friendships, and part of Adam and Danielle's social media grids reflecting a steady, curious, sheltered, but growing school life. On the podcast, Danielle and Adam occasionally refer to the quints collectively, but Ava's name has surfaced in shareable moments, especially around birthday prep, sibling bonding, and small emotional ups and downs. While Parker's anxiety has drawn the most extended commentary, Ava is often referenced as part of the group who needs more individual attention now that the girls are entering school-age phases. Friends online note that Ava seems particularly responsive to praise and affirmation from her older sister Blayke. Reddit discussion threads reflect fans noticing that Ava and her sisters are inching toward greater self-definition. One comment recounted, "Ava is starting to stand out, not just look like Olivia anymore, she has her own look." This year seems to be about differentiation for Ava, yet not so much drama, more quiet growth. Hair choices, posed portraits, and daily snapshots show individuality emerging. A colorful hairstyle experiment worn by Ava, although some sources reference it as an Ava-Olivia tandem makeover, hints that the girls and their parents are trying to honor each daughter's evolving aesthetic. Looking ahead, Ava appears poised to explore more passions, whether through school art classes, one-on-one time with mom, or sibling-led play sessions. There are no public plans yet for sports or private lessons tied to her name, but fans speculate that Ava's quiet leadership among the Quints may lead to more spotlight moments if the show continues. Comments like, "When Olivia and Ava start having solo segments, that's when things get interesting," are frequent across OutDaughtered fan forums. To summarize, in 2025, Ava Lane Busby stands on the brink of greater individuality. Her bright smile in birthday pics, her playful Instagram presence, and subtle shifts in peer and media commentary highlight a girl growing into her own person. She's no longer just one of 5 identical faces. She's Ava, the first quint with a spark all her own. Next, let's dive into Olivia, her twin sister, and see how she's forging versatility in the spotlight alongside Ava. If Ava is steadily stepping into the spotlight, Olivia Marie Busby has quietly taken on the role of the quintuplet with the most surprising transformation in personality and presence alike. On April 8, 2025, Olivia turned 10 alongside her sisters in their matching "Bruh, it's my birthday" tees and donut breakfast tradition. But this time, fans watching closely had already started to notice subtle differences. Olivia's expressive eyes and playful smirk compared to Ava's poised smile meant the twins were no longer camera confusable. Fast forward to May 2025, a viral highlight video titled "Ava and Olivia Busby are no longer identical" after this colorful hair makeover showcased the sisters with distinct hair colors, one sporting pastel pink highlights and the other golden blonde waves, cementing their individual identities. Fans were quick to comment, "I can finally tell which is which. I think Olivia is on the right." That transformation marked more than style. It was a coming-of-age moment. In that video and others, Olivia comes across as the more spirited twin, petite, spunky, with a mischievous glint that often outshines her pastel halo. The makeover may have triggered the most online chatter, but Olivia's evolving demeanor confirms it wasn't just the aesthetic, it's becoming her voice. Olivia's sass and humor shining through, she's owning it. More distinct, but still so close, Olivia's personality is getting funnier every day. Physically, Olivia seems to lead in movement. She's often caught mid-run in family photos or dancing during church outings, more dynamic than Ava's stillness. While some fans speculated she might take on gymnastics or dance, no formal activity has been officially confirmed in social media or podcast snippets. Still, her kinetic presence gives a hint that may come. Academically, Olivia hasn't appeared in headlines for challenges. Unlike Riley or Hazel, her name hasn't surfaced in early learning setbacks. Instead, she's described in Instagram stories as jovial and food curious, sometimes doling out icing claims on her birthday, and seems excited about school-age rhythms. She's in no hurry to outgrow childhood, but also seems unafraid to express herself. On the family podcast, Olivia is occasionally referenced when Danielle and Adam talk about the Quint's individual needs. While Parker's anxiety gets more airtime, Olivia's emergence as the comic relief shows up in stories about who asked for which ice cream, whose shirt got stained, or whose hair color changed. Each anecdote builds a recognizable profile. Olivia is becoming her own brand inside the family framework. Olivia's expressions now center more often in family reels. She's becoming the funniest little Busby. Though still interwoven with the quintuplet narrative, Olivia's distinct voice, playful, outgoing, quick-witted, makes her stand out within the group. While Ava leads with warmth and clarity, Olivia draws attention with character and liveliness. Looking ahead, expect Olivia to continue DIYing her style, cracking one-liners on family updates and leading small group play moments. If season 11 or future mini-segments emerge, she could appear in solo spotlight clips, short vignettes capturing an Olivia joke, a birthday skip, or a sibling prank setup. To sum her up in 2025, Olivia Marie Busby is the quint whose personality turned the corner before her face did. From her pastel-colored hair experiment to outspoken sweetness and energetic presence at age 10, she's evolving into her own character, no longer just a mirror of Ava, but Olivia, full stop. Next, we'll turn to Hazel Grace, a daughter who's faced more health challenges than most, but continues to grow quietly with courage and calm. Hazel Grace Busby stands as one of the most watched quintuplets over the years, in large part due to her visual impairment, congenital nystagmus, and astigmatism that has defined medical storylines from early seasons. In 2025, her journey continues, but with renewed hope and calm resilience. At age 10, Hazel is thriving. Adam recently shared that in her 2024-2025 routine eye checkup, Hazel's vision registered at 20/40, and her astigmatism has improved modestly, just as doctors hoped would happen as her eye matured. While she still wears glasses, the need for adjustments seems less urgent than in previous years. Fan favorite videos recap her progress this year, with titles like Hazel Busby's Unbelievable Transformation, Health and Life in 2025, and Calmly Thriving Through Her Medical Battles. These updates celebrate not only her improving eyesight, but also her growing confidence, smiling softly for photos, walking steadily alongside her sisters, and holding her head more upright as compensation for nystagmus lessons. While earlier seasons leaned into the drama of appointments and uncertainty, this year's tone is quieter and more encouraging, medically hopeful, emotionally stable. One headline even praised her bravery. Hazel Busby is a fighter. Social media fans have echoed that sentiment in engagement. It's amazing seeing her relaxed now. No more fearful checkups and clips, just sweet walks with her sisters. Hazel's classroom adaptation appears smooth, unlike Riley or Parker, whose challenges have been addressed more publicly. Hazel hasn't drawn headlines for academic difficulty. Instead, she's described in parents' stories and podcast references as curious, quietly cheerful, and engaged in group activities with Ava and Olivia. Still, her medical follow-up remains essential. Though speculative rumors surfaced recently suggesting hospitalization, these appear unfounded. Credible sources confirm Hazel continues routine care without emergency intervention. For now, doctors record a stable prognosis and gentle optimism. Her demeanor is poignantly soft, a vintage denim jacket moment, a pair of glasses catching afternoon sun, the way she steadies herself as she climbs playground steps. Small scenes captured in recent highlights show a girl growing into herself with newfound balance, both literal and figurative. On the More Than Reality podcast, Hazel surfaces most often when Danielle and Adam discuss their evolving parenting approach, not just treating medical needs, but nurturing emotional strength. Hazel's journey underscores the choice to put wellness over spectacle. To summarize Hazel in 2025, vision, holding steady at around 20/40, slight improvement in astigmatism, less intensive treatment now implied. Health. No recent surgeries, stable checkpoints, and no verified hospitalization. Personality. Soft-spoken, brave, present. Still part of the quintop bond, yet quietly distinct. Outlook. A steady child no longer tethered to chronic medical drama, increasingly integrated into playful family rhythms. In a family known for chaos, Hazel's journey feels like a gentle but profound punctuation. The medical storyline may be less intense now, but it's been replaced with peace, progress, and emotional alignment. She's still growing, just now with more calm and less tension. Coming up next, we'll explore Riley, who navigates both medical imagery and emerging individuality. Another story of quiet strength in the Busby quintet. Riley Page Busby occupies a complex space in the OutDaughtered narrative. At 10 years old, she's known both as the outspoken quint with strong opinions and as the child who's often painted by fans as the troublemaker. But behind those labels, Riley's journey in 2025 is about finding her voice and fighting for space within the quintuplet spotlight. On April 8, 2025, Riley turned 10 alongside her sisters in those iconic "Bruh, it's my birthday" shirts. Throughout the birthday recap, Riley's quirky commentary, calling out Ava's brown spots on her teeth and joking about the tooth fairy's body full of teeth made her undeniably memorable. Leading up to that birthday, Riley's academic path has drawn scrutiny. During the season 10 premiere, all 5 quints received first orthodontic evaluations. Riley was identified with an underbite, like her sisters, and Danielle and Adam faced the shock of a total projected cost of $35,000 for braces across the quints. Riley's candid reaction, $35,000? That's a lot of money, reflected her emotional honesty. The premiere also exposed broader learning concerns. Danielle became tearful over how challenging it was to support all 5 girls with reading and homework as they entered 3rd grade. Reddit commenters have weighed in strongly on Riley's narrative arc, often characterizing her as the family's black sheep or trouble child. One user wrote, "Riley has always been the least favorite, her parents calling her a brat. They immediately blamed Riley." While another noted, "Riley is super smart and opinionated. They have nurtured it. They've always called her the troublemaker." Despite that online perception, recent glimpses suggest a shift. A popular video titled "Riley Page Busby's Incredible Transformation, Troublemaker and Latest Milestone" showcases photos and clips from mid-2025, where Riley looks more self-assured, engaged in group activities, expressive in reunion posts, and generally more integrated with her siblings. Another video titled "Riley Busby's Heartbreak to Losing Her Beloved Room and Friends Leaves Fans in Tears" dives into how difficult the family move to a new home has been for her, losing familiar routines, friendships, and her self-carved space. Yet it also shows her working through the loneliness with tender support from Adam and Danielle. School-wise, Riley has not been officially flagged for academics as much as Parker or Ava, but she wasn't moved ahead a grade, even though at one point that was considered. That decision reportedly stemmed from Danielle and Adam wanting the quintuplets to stay together, even if Riley tested at a high intellectual level. Fans suggest that may have frustrated her, especially since it seemed rooted more in maintaining camera cohesion than honoring individual abilities. Still, Adam and Danielle recently shared on their More Than Reality podcast that they've noticed Riley's emotional intensity and the way it can express itself as frustration or defiance, particularly in the midst of the family's current transitions. They described working to balance discipline with empathy, acknowledging that Riley needs affirmation as much as structure. While Parker's anxiety got the most airtime, Riley's complexity hasn't been ignored. In recent months, Riley has been seen more often in church and school settings, less as a disruptor, more as a child trying to fit into a changing routine. She's talked to peers, joined in group projects, and even shown quieter moments of tenderness with her sisters, especially when one of them is feeling out of place. In summary, Riley in 2025 is a bright, outspoken child grappling with emotional displacement and identity within a sea of sisters. She's highly individual, smart, assertive, and sometimes misunderstood. While social media and fan forums still debate her role, recent indicators point to growth, emotional resilience, academic steadiness, and the beginnings of inner stability after a turbulent household season. As season 10 closes and the family settles into new rhythms, Riley's story may finally shift from troublemaking Quint to young girl forging her own path. Next up, let's explore Parker, the youngest Quint, whose story this year has centered on mental health awareness and emotional care. Parker Kate Busby, the youngest of the 5 Busby quintuplets, is at the center of one of the most compassionate storylines in 2025. While she was always known as the shyest, most sensitive sister, this year has revealed a journey not only of growth, but also of healing and emotional awakening. In a poignantly honest episode of their More Than Reality podcast, episode 39, Danielle and Adam opened up about Parker's early struggles with anxiety, including stomach aches, spontaneous vomiting in public, and clutching ears during overwhelming moments. They shared how these symptoms dated all the way back to toddlerhood and how they quietly began to piece together a diagnosis only recently revealed to the public. Adam later took to Instagram and online platforms to reflect on Parker's transformation from a fearful toddler into a poised, confident 10-year-old. He posted a photo of Parker in a flowing brown dress among plants, noting in the caption, "I completely forgot I took these a couple months ago. So crazy how photogenic Parker is, always carrying herself with so much poise." She has surely come a long way from that anxious little kid who would cling to my leg. On More Than Reality, the host described how step by step, Parker has responded to cognitive behavioral therapy, intentional routine changes, and consistent emotional coaching, built more around affirmation than performance. They highlighted parenting shifts like daily check-in talks, quiet play pockets, sensory breaks, and led her toward activities like dance to gently challenge her boundaries. Fan-favorite YouTube updates such as Helping Our Anxious Child Break Free, Parker's Journey, and Adam and Danielle's tender update on Parker's anxiety illustrate the arc from tears to triumph, from a little girl who once froze in fear to one now laughing with her sisters and participating in family outings with curiosity rather than dread. As of mid-2025, Parker is thriving. She's smiled for family camera moments more often than not, shown elegance in Instagram shots, and even joined energy-filled play moments, dancing in kitchen scenes, flirting with costumes, and soaking in big sister romps with Blayke. Her emotional distance from past trauma is visible, and so is her growing confidence. Unlike earlier seasons when Parker's anxiety was captured on camera in dramatic medical visits, 2025 is more about recovery than spectacle. Her mental health journey is being documented with discretion and love. Danielle and Adam insist the goal isn't to broadcast struggle, it's to model empathy, therapy as normal, and the slow path through fear toward flourishing. Reddit and fan commenters, longtime watchers alerted by her previous fearful reactions, posted, "She was so anxious, but wow, she looks so much calmer now." Parker walking with confidence, not fear, is the most beautiful update. On IMDb, a headline echoed the sentiment. Adam Busby reflects on Parker's recovery from anxiety in 2025. The tone of commentary across social media highlights her emotional breakthrough. In summary, Parker in 2025 is a story of shy to spirited, a child emerging from anxiety into curiosity, grace, and joy. With therapeutic tools, supportive parenting, and faith rooted calm, she's navigating life as a 10-year-old with visible growth. Her journey stands in gentle contrast to her sisters, illustrating that behind the chaos of raising 6 girls is a family choosing emotional wellness over filming drama. Parker's evolution feels like the Busbys' most tender chapter yet, one defined by recovery, love, and the promise of a brighter narrative ahead. Mimi, Danielle's mom. Over season 10 and into early 2025, Mimi gradually faded from the on-camera Busby family storyline, and not without speculation. While early OutDaughtered seasons portrayed her as a central caretaker figure, recent podcast episodes hinted at a deeper shift. Danielle and Adam have described a growing tension and unresolved issues that led to Mimi's role being quietly phased out of filming. More controversially, recent Facebook group posts suggested Mimi experienced legal trouble. In one community thread titled Mimi's DUI Arrest Shocks. While the details remain unverified and no mainstream outlet has confirmed it, the rumor underscores how Mimi's absence from recent Busby content isn't just logistical. It hints at emotional estrangement. Whether due to personality conflicts, boundary settings, or personal struggles, Mimi today is largely absent, both from the show and public social media presence. Danielle and Adam have not confirmed details, but it is clear that Mimi remains at arm's length in the current family narrative. Uncle Dale, Danielle's uncle, and Aunt Kiki, Crystal. Uncle Dale and his twin sister, Aunt Kiki, Crystal, Mills, have long served as emotional anchors, occasional on-camera appearances, moral support, and love for the Quints. Uncle Dale continues to appear in League City community scenes and social media stories, posting updates about family gatherings and lifestyle content like fitness and cold plunge routines. Aunt Kiki, while rarely on OutDaughtered, maintains a visible social media presence. A June 6, 2025 photo she shared tagged both herself and Uncle Dale, referencing family time spent with the Quints. Clips feature both of them enjoying playtime, backyard moments, and sibling bonding when schedules align. Their joint appearances suggest they remain part of Busby family culture, supportive, loving, and increasingly focused on adult-led gatherings. Although neither figure is involved in the central parenting arc, their presence adds gentle continuity amid the shifting dynamics between Danielle and Mimi. They may even appear in season 11 or future reunion content, should the show return. Ashley, Danielle's younger twin sister. Danielle's sister Ashley has largely stayed out of the spotlight. A 2023 Reddit thread highlighted that both Ashley and Crystal declined participation in the show, preferring private life. That distance continues in 2025. There have been no recent public appearances or family collaborations featuring Ashley. Rumbling suggests she may also have closed her business this year, paralleling Danielle's boutique closure, but no credible outlet has reported it, and no official confirmation has emerged. Still, fans often speculate that Danielle's decisions, such as launching then closing Graeson Bee, were influenced in part by internal family competition. One commenter observed, Danielle tends to try to keep up with Ashley and Nick. She was fine with the online fitness clothing thing until Ashley opened her salon. Then she just had to have a brick-and-mortar store. Those dynamics hint at deeper emotional currents in the Busby extended family, one in which sibling identity and rivalry may subtly shape personal branding decisions, even though public reconciliation or explicit commentary remains absent. Crystal, Aunt Kiki, twin sister of Ashley. Though not early cast members, Crystal and Ashley have long been family confidants. Crystal, known affectionately as Aunt Kiki, remains on good terms with Danielle and appears in social posts from Uncle Dale, their mutual connection. On June 6, 2025, Aunt Kiki posted a photo of a Busby family gathering,
tagging the quints in matching outfits and showing the sisters at ease together. Despite this, Crystal continues to keep her life private and not directly involved in the show. She and her sister symbolically represent the boundaries Danielle has drawn. Loyal family, yet independent from the reality camera world. The warmth in shared posts is clear, but the creative or branded collaboration has disappeared, reinforcing that the current arc is focused on Adam, Danielle, and their 6 daughters, with extended relatives receding into inductive background.
As we reach the end of this Busby family chapter in 2025, one theme echoes clearly: transition. From St. Austin roots to a smaller home north of Leak City, from a boutique closing to podcasting new depths, the Busbys are deliberately closing one door and leaning into the next. Let's recap. Adam and Danielle shifted from show brand entrepreneurs to emotional leaders. He's guiding the move in family rhythms. She's choosing peace, therapy, and emotional truth over hustle. Blayke, now a poised 14-year-old on the cusp of high school, is moving from background character to cornerstone, wise, steady, and quietly thriving. Each quintuplet has taken on space in her own right, with Ava with warmth and emerging aesthetic originality, with Olivia with vibrancy, sass, and newfound visibility, with Hazel with steady health and resilience, Riley grappling with emotion and finding identity beyond the label, and Parker, whose healing journey from anxiety has become a message of hope and compassion. And as Danielle and Adam unpacked on More Than Reality episode 39, Parker's anxiety diagnosis and recovery underscored how intentional parenting and therapeutic care can coax a fearful child into joy and confidence. Meanwhile, extended family, Mimi's absence, Uncle Dale and Aunt Kiki's gentle presence, and Ashley and Crystal's continued privacy highlight a shrinking frame around the on-screen core. The Busby's choice to narrow the narrative shows emotional growth and tighter focus. None of this feels like closure. Instead, it has depth. Season 10 was pretty difficult to film because of rising extracurriculars and school schedules, as Adam and Danielle emphasized in People and their podcast. But now, they're reshaping the story with personal peace front and center. If a new season rolls out or they decide to pivot to more digital storytelling, the Busbys we meet will be quieter, wiser, and more emotionally grounded. Blayke may take on leadership arcs. Each quint may get more individual spotlight as they enter middle school and beyond. Parker's mental health narrative may continue as a family legacy rather than camera drama. Final thoughts. Watching the Busbys grow doesn't feel like watching a reality show. It's watching a real family refine their purpose, recommit to one another, and choose what matters more: authenticity over appearance, emotional truth over spectacle. If you love this deep dive update on the Busby family, smash that like button, hit subscribe for more Where Are They Now stories, and drop a comment below. Which Busby journey moved you the most? Blayke stepping up, Parker's breakthrough, or the quints defining themselves? And if you have requests for other shows or families you want us to cover, we'd love to hear it. Thank you for watching. Until next time, Family Redefined, Stories Reborn.